We have a presentation presented by Dr. Mansour Al-Avar, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the International Institute of Educational Technology and President of Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. The world of virtuality is becoming a reality. This actually privilege is to be able to share with you a part of our experience actually in this part of the world. Today actually I'm going to talk to you about the quality assurance in e-learning institutions, and I will focus on our own experience, ladies and gentlemen, our Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University experience. So the reason that I'm going to talk about the experience because Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University is, experience in quality assurance. It is unique experience as the HBMSU is the first accredited e-learning university in the region. And I'm going to be able to share with you today on 3 pivot points where this experience is going to be focusing on in terms of the quality assurance. The first one is the distinctive features of Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. And the second is the learner-centricity, because when we deal about the quality assurance, ladies and gentlemen, there's always customers. Our customers here are the learners. So are we really focusing on the learners or not? And what is our experience into this? And the third one, of course, is the evolution of excellence. As it started, Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University, it was launched in 30th of September 2002. We are almost 20 years old. And of course, the 20 years old in the life of universities, of course, it's too short. But however, the experience that we have already gathered throughout those years is what I call an inch wide but a mile deep. And today I'm going to be able to showcase the depth and the mile that we have in a very short of time of 20 years. So let us first of all, ladies and gentlemen, talk about the distinctive features of Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. This distinctive features actually, ladies and gentlemen, it concentrates on the university's vision. University's vision is what actually derives the whole experience of Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. And that vision actually, I'm going to be able to share it with you today, and I'm going to read it as you are going to read it as well, is to lead the smart learning innovation for re-engineering the future of education aimed at the advancement of individuals, organizations, and society. There are keywords, ladies and gentlemen, into this definition, into this vision, and that is the word of innovation and smart learning, and also the word re-engineering, and the scope under which the HBMSU actually is performing on individuals, organizations, as well as society at large. Now, this is a distinctive words actually into kind of our vision. Now, the more that we do into this division to become a reality, we had to have the terms of reference for all of our staff, all of our faculty, and those, ladies and gentlemen, is known in the quality field is about the core values. What are the core values? What will govern actually, ladies and gentlemen, our practice? What is the terms of reference in terms of when it comes to the learners, when it comes to the faculty, when it comes to the administrators as well? So the first one is learner-centricity. We are learner-centric. And I'm going to shed some light on this into the second point that I have already alluded to in the beginning. The second value is game changer. We put those, ladies and gentlemen, those core values that we are discussing right now, being put into 2002 into action. Until this moment, we haven't gone astray an inch from those core values since our first inception. And game changer. We are game changer in the higher education. The innovation and disruption and transformation cannot happen when we have a comfort zone. We are game changing in our definition and approach to the learners who are our customers. We are game changer in terms of the role of the faculty, and we are game changers even our relationship with private sector, with industry. And we are game changer in terms of also, that is together we grow. We're talking about the university, academia, public, private relationships. And I think that is a core value for us, because we have a motto actually. We said the product of this university should be an entrepreneur, not a job seeker. He should become the employer, not an employee. And that cannot happen if we are just only concentrating on our own academia. We are also passionate for results. By the way, I am an applied mathematician. I do believe in numbers. So results are what makes the differentiation between a higher education institution and the others. And the last one is fueling innovation. We have a motto in this university, and all the staff would understand this when they hear me. I said, look, in this university, when you are joining in, you are a faculty, you're a learner, either innovate or evaporate. You don't have other choice, unfortunately. But anyway, so fueling innovation. These are the 5 fundamental core values that the university believes in, and will continue to believe in, to have the pace setter for the future of education, as we alluded to into our vision. So these are the characteristic of what differentiates Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University. Now, we will come to another distinctive feature is about lifelong learning model. Lifelong learning model, ladies and gentlemen, been there for a long time in theory. And what we have created actually for our learners, for our society, for the region itself, that the impact today, when we talk about lifelong learning model, how we're going to put it into an economical approach, an economical growth of any country. We say that universities, unfortunately, in this part of the world that we are in, do not contribute to the GDP of our countries. On the contrary, we are adding a negative parameter to our economies here in this region by graduating an unemployment rate which rockets high into everywhere. So that means that the role of the university actually has to be looked at as a growth, a positive parameter towards our economy. And that means that we need to be able to go for concentrating on the society at large. And that is where concerned our vision. Our vision says aimed at individuals, aimed at organizations and society. And that is actually the structure of any society around the world. So we have created this, as you see on the screen here, the 4 C's model. We call it the 4 C's model. And this model is extremely important, ladies and gentlemen, because as you see, most of our universities today, they concentrate on the 3rd layer of this pyramid. Not the bottom, not the second one, not the top. Maybe at the top they are there. But however, how we're going to make life easy for people to do this. And look at the pyramid itself, the 4 C's model. The pyramid itself, it tells you the whole story. It says casual learners. Those individuals who come for short courses or public seminars, we call it casual learner. But they are learners of Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University at large. And the second layer are committed learners. The second C, committed learners. And those are committed from their employers because these are professional development. And only the third layer is about the research-driven programs. And those research-driven programs are the bachelor, master's, PhD. And at the top, of course, is the executive education, is where we call it continuing learner, because these are lifelong learning. And this lifelong learning model, actually, we had an opportunity to be able to demonstrate that the university is responsible, the dean of a school is responsible for the 4 C's, and that the structure and the design of the syllabi of the course in online learning and smart learning will be able to facilitate such an approach to become a part of this pedagogical approach. So by this, I conclude the distinctive features from the vision to the core values and the model of lifelong learning, what distinguishes the Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University with other traditional universities in the region. Now, I come to the second pivotal point, and that is learner centricity. Let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen, a very fundamental question. For the 21st century, which have already 20 years gone, and we have only been left with 80 years, is that the learner centricity is what is going to be all about? We have been seeing in the field of quality management and excellence that customer centricity is a must, customer centric is a must, but we are at Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University started with learner centricity. Where we are going, I'm going to share it with you in just in a moment. But the learner centricity actually at Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University, it means that transformed a knowledge adopter learner to a knowledge creator. That means that you need a learner centricity, individualized learning. You need actually making learning more interesting. In terms of making, learners, the things that the university does, sometimes it becomes so boring, so going into a very routine and bureaucratic way. We changed the course. So we said, okay, we would like to have a gamification in place where learning becomes fun. Learning becomes fun when you are in a game. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, when we were young, and we are doing the same, we got all the family members attracted together when you have a game to play. Now, how the gamification came into the aspect of Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking a course based on a gamification. No, that's very traditional. It is a lot. What we have created as an environment from the top, a holistic approach to gamification to the whole life of the learners at Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University. So the gamification becoming a score that under which people will be able to compete. They compete on a university level, they compete on their own cohort, they compete on as individuals as well. So when learners become actually at our core interest, as a core interest of the university and administration, that becomes a phenomenal concept of gaming. And our motto into this gaming for the learners actually is where learning becomes fun. And whatever activity the learner would do it, actually will be reflected as a points into the gamification system that we have got. And of course, that is one of the aspects of the learner centricity. Now, the second thing, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what I'm going to reveal for you. We are going from learner-centric to learner-driven. And we, in all years when we meet our learners, actually, we tell them this. We tell, look, you are coming to Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University, good for you, but welcome to hell. He said, how? I said, because you will be in the driving seat. And all learners, ladies and gentlemen, they tell me, if we are in the driving seat, what the hell you administrators and faculty would do? I said, well, you are in the driving seat and we are your Google map. Because of our wisdom, experience, would add to you, and big data that we have, we help you out. But you are in the driving seat. Sons, daughters, do you believe that the Google map would function without you entering the direction? Aha. If you are not going to be able to enter the direction, the Google map would not function. And so are we. Because as faculties, if we know what your vision is going to be, we will be able to share all of our big data. And big data reflects here our wisdom, our knowledge, our experience, and our expertise. So I think that is where we are going from learner centricity to learner driven. We engage learners. We reflect on how, of what and how of learning. Learners are the driving seat that I told you. And skill-based learning. We actually do care about the skills, learning for skills. Unfortunately, there's a note I just would like to make. In this part of the world, I would consider education equals knowledge plus skills. And wherever you go, in any dictionary that you would like us to add, in Oxford, in American Heritage, those big mother of all dictionaries available, they define education is about knowledge, transfer of knowledge and skills. But unfortunately, most of the universities in our region, they concentrate on the first part, which is the knowledge. And the knowledge actually doesn't make only a human being. A human being is a body and a soul. And the soul of our education is the skills. So that is exactly what we mean by this. And then learning communities, of course, contextualizing learning and content co-creation along with the faculty for the learners. Now, this is a part of the learners. Now, the major question will come here, ladies and gentlemen. There are challenges, actually, if we would like just to build up this system that we have alluded to. There are certain challenges, and I would like to share with you. HBMSU faced many challenges, actually. First, being a smart university in UAE and in the region. The first one was the conventional accreditation standard and regulations. I think the commissioners of academic accreditations in the region, they are actually towards very traditional and conventional approaches. And thanks to Corona, please take it in a positive way. I'm not talking about Corona should be spread, but the Corona actually has put all the academic accreditation agencies into trouble. And I think that was a good problem to have, to be able to revise their stand against those standards. So conventional accreditation was one challenge. The second challenge was the absence of comprehensive quality framework for smart online technology-enhanced education. And that was the second challenge. And the third challenge actually is the conventional ranking methodologies. Believe it or not, none of the current existing ranking agencies and methodologies deals with the smart learning. They all pull us down to conventional and traditional education systems and higher education I'm talking. So it is very, very challenging. The last one, the bad reputation of and lack of trust in online learning with some levels of the Arab society. So these were actually the, believe it or not, when I talk about the agencies of ranking, we approached a couple of the agencies that they do the ranking for us. They all declined our application. They said that we don't have kind of criteria and standards to be able to go into the race. If we say we are better, well, let us prove it. But unfortunately, up to this moment, as we speak, we don't have any ranking methodologies that actually measures the quality of the output of our education institutions. Now, let me talk about how did we tackle those challenges. These challenges were real. But however, we have taken an approach in Hamdan bin Muhammad Smart University to tackle those challenges one by one. The first thing is we were the first university, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest, the first university in this region of Arab world that they had the ISO certification right from 2005. Nobody in the faculty or higher education institutions were there to go through the ISO certification because they think that the Commission of Academic Accreditation is enough. Yet it's not enough. The quality management needs a broader approach than we ever had. So we started 2005 and we were the first university in the MENA region, it's the Arab world and North Africa, to get the 22301 ISO, which is called with the business continuity and management systems. The risk management and the risk registry and the business continuity is what all about, and I think we were able to do that. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit quality assurance from two aspects, ladies and gentlemen. One is, if we are going to go through online learning, if some of our universities intended to transform some of the colleges into online learning, what it takes, of course, the quality input. So, and of course, we need, as they go along with the online education, they need to have a distinguished outputs. And that is exactly the two things that we have done at Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. We crafted, along with our partner, I'm going to shortly to talk about it, is, am I ready to go for online learning? This is a very valid question, a legitimate question. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? If your institution is ready, how you can be able to measure it? Because it's not about we think, we believe, it's what we measure, where we are now and where we're going to be after a while. So the input is important to enter the era of online learning with a criteria standard that you can go with full confidence of quality input. And then after you enter the zone and you will be experiencing the online learning, then you need to measure again on your outputs. Because does the output fit into the quality feature or not? So let us start with, we have launched a research project along with the University of St. Gallen. It's a Swiss Center for Innovation and Learning. They call it CEL. And we did a research in 2010, and we came out with this, what we call it, Middle East e-learning quality framework for this region. And it's a research-based, it's a holistic approach, it's an address the needs of higher education and corporate sector as well, tailored to the Middle East context. And that was a research project. Currently, we are in another project with CEL to be able to update and after a decade of implementation, to the new era, which is the higher education is going into the online learning. And of course, it tackles those aspects as you see on the screen. From the strategic, these are the criteria, the strategic approach. These are the dimension of strategic, and we have learning and teaching, and we have organizational aspects, and then you have the change, how you're going to be able to manage the change, and then the economical aspect of it, the return on investment that you are going to make, and the technological approach. These are the 6 dimensions actually with a sub-criteria underneath each one, and we have gone actually not just only to be applying to the HBMSU, but we have also, along with CEL, University of St. Gallen, Switzerland, we have even certified a few sectors and corporates, outside the academic institution, higher education institutions as well. So currently we're developing the second version, 2.0, for the MILK framework. Now, the benchmarking framework for online, ladies and gentlemen, an open smart technology enhanced learning, this one, it measures the output, as I said, and we have formed a consortia, because we cannot do it alone. We don't believe that somebody alone would do this. We need to have the whole world moving towards the online education, and that's what we believed in. And I think University of Philippines was one of those signatories on the day of the launch on February 2019. And next February, we're going to be able to launch the first report on the pilot study that had been done with us. So one of the objectives is establish a common understanding and criteria for quality online, smart and technology enhanced higher education. We need to have a common understanding from West and the East. And we need to develop evaluation framework that fully reflects the quality of the work, flexible and open and online institutions. The third objective is facilitate sharing the best practice. And that is extremely important, ladies and gentlemen, to do that. And today, as we speak and as you see on the screen, we have all those countries, organizations, as well as universities who are participating in this consortia. And our website will be launched very soon, maybe a couple of weeks ahead. And you can be able to enjoy, and we can share with you the links as well. And of course, this is the timeline under which we have launched that project. February 2019, as you see on the screen, and then technical committees met, and then the April 2021, the pilot being conducted, 5 participating universities began the pilot implementation of framework. The report is ready. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to share. We share with all of you once the report is there. We will share with you all the first pilot that has been done. Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University is one of the 5 universities participated in the pilot as well. And the criteria, of course, we have here 6 dimensions. We have the teaching and learning, we have the learner services, we have technology environment, and we have outcome and impact on society. That's a very measurable and quite essential and crucial point that we are looking at. Diversity and inclusiveness, as well as organizational aspects of all. And underneath there is also sub-criteria of 39 sub-criteria under each dimension. Ladies and gentlemen, my closing words to you. Smart learning. Smart learning, yesterday, it was a historical fiction. And smart learning, today, it has become a fact. It speaks for itself. Some people take it by choice, and others take it as they have no choice. But ladies and gentlemen, a smart learning tomorrow, people will take it as the best choice. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for listening to me. I hope I have shared some beneficial experiences that we have gone through at Hamdan bin Mohammed Smart University. Once more, thank you very much for the invitation, and thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Mansour Al-Avar for this interesting presentation.